Remember when the NDP set up something called the Oil Sands Advisory Committee? They actually put in charge, as one of the co-chair people, somebody called Sabora Berman. She's an environmental radical who actually wants to shut down the oil sands that she's supposed to be providing advice about. Somebody who's providing advice to the government who is opposed to one of Alberta's biggest industries and job creators. That's classic NDP ideology. Well, guess what? They're at it all over again. This time, they're jeopardizing the management of something called the Alberta Investment Management Corporation. Now, you might not have heard of this before, but it's actually one of the most important government organizations in our province. It's responsible for managing $90 billion of public assets, of money held by the Alberta Heritage Savings Trust Fund, by pension funds, other provincial endowments. And since it was set up, its goal has been, under legislation, to maximize returns, to get the best investment returns for Alberta taxpayers and pension policyholders. But guess what? The NDP has just decided that the board of this $90 billion investment corporation no longer have to have economic or financial experience or expertise. It's unbelievable. I'm going to read for you the requirements that used to exist for appointing people to the AIMCo Board. It said in law that individuals appointed to the board must have proven and demonstrable experience and expertise in investment management, finance, accounting or law, or experience as an executive or director in a senior publicly traded issuer. So basically it was saying, if we're going to put people in charge of a $90 billion portfolio, they better know what they're doing. Well, guess what? The NDP Finance Minister, Joe Ceci, just eliminated that requirement. Said you no longer have to have that kind of obvious financial expertise. And more than that, he's also scrapped the requirement that people on the nominating committee for the AIMCo Board have similar financial expertise. The upshot of all of this is that the NDP is preparing the way to appoint to this critically important board people who don't have that kind of high-level economic or financial expertise. You got to ask yourself, why would they be doing that? And there can only be one possible answer, that they want to appoint to that board their ideological friends who know little or nothing about and have little or no experience in managing investments. Just like they appointed Sabora Berman to the Oil Sands Advisory Group, somebody who's opposed to the oil sands, we can expect this ideological NDP government to instead appoint people to the AIMCo Board who, instead of knowing how to manage $90 billion and get good returns, are more focused on advancing the NDP's ideological agenda. This is just one more reason why we need to get rid of this destructive NDP government by uniting free enterprise Albertans to get our province back on track.